Hello friends, welcome back to Greta's Travels and welcome to the final video in the Maldives series. Over the last few weeks we've been sharing our Maldives experiences, both from some incredible luxury resorts and our experience on a local island. This video is a comparison between local islands and resort islands, between luxury and budget travel in the Maldives, to help you understand better the differences and to figure out which one is best for your Maldives trip. So let's go! Let's start with the pros of staying in a resort island, because let's be real, those overwater villas are probably the first thing that comes to mind when you think of the Maldives. There is no denying that resort islands in the Maldives are the ultimate bucket list experience. These islands are pristine, and the level of attention and care you will receive is unparalleled. The beaches are spotless, there are no mosquitoes or flies, since resort islands get disinfested regularly, and it will depend on which resort you pick, but generally speaking, the food is generally amazing and the staff are always on hand to ensure you have a fantastic experience. The only downside to resort islands really is the cost. I've researched it a lot and I haven't personally found any resort island for less than €300 per night, which can be considered affordable for the type of experience you get, but it's obviously far from budget travel. And that's just the way it is. Resort islands in the Maldives are designed for luxury travelers and experiences. And when you book a stay on a resort island in the Maldives, make sure to check exactly what is included, and if possible, opt for a comprehensive all-inclusive plan, like at Oblu Select Sangeli. Otherwise, you will find yourself pretty much stranded in paradise. You'll be staying in an amazing resort island with the only options for food and drinks being the restaurants of the resort. And if you don't have food and drinks included in your package, it will end up being very expensive. That's another minor downside of resort islands. If you're staying for a long time on just one island, I guess it could get repetitive over time, eating at the same restaurants over and over. Instead, with local islands, you get more variety and much more affordable prices. Tourism to local islands only began in 2009, but it quickly developed in many local islands, where you'll find plenty of guest houses, restaurants, and activities. Prices here are considerably cheaper, both for accommodation, food, and activities. It's also a great way to experience local island in the Maldives, to see the reality of the islands beyond the picture-perfect resorts, and to support local communities directly. Here you know that any money you spend on the island goes directly to the locals. However, there are some things to bear in mind about local islands. Since the Maldives is a Muslim country, there is no alcohol on local islands. You can join sunset boat parties where they'll serve alcohol, but there are no bars on the island, which in turn does impact a little the vibe of the islands, as they're not as lively as, say, Thai islands. But personally, I don't really drink, so I didn't really care. I'm also not a big party person anymore. But if the picture you have in your mind of your perfect Maldives holiday includes you sipping a mojito on the beach at sunset, then that's something to bear in mind when it comes to local islands. Plus, in local islands, you can only be in a bikini on designated bikini beaches. While we found Toulouse to be super clean, it's also more common to see trash on the beaches or sides of the road, and since no one is disinfesting local islands, there can be a lot of mosquitoes. I wanted to share with you a few examples of prices, just to give you an idea whether it's worth enduring the mosquitoes and alcohol bans of local islands. For comparison purposes, we spent just over €300 for 10 nights in Toulouse. That wouldn't even cover one night at the Standard or Obli Select Sangeli, which are the resorts you can see in this video. And it's not just accommodation. For example, to get to the Standard, you have to get a seaplane, which costs around €300 per person, whilst the local ferry we took to Toulouse cost us €1.50 per person. And even when it comes to activities, we did lots of tours in Toulouse that only cost us $35 per person, maximum $80 for the longer, more expensive tours. We saw those same tours, which take people snorkeling to the exact same coral gardens or same shark spots, on sale in resort islands for over $150 per person. So yeah, when we say that one option is budget and the other is luxury, there is definitely a noticeable difference in price. So, my recommendation. Ultimately, only you can decide what is best for you. But if you want my opinion, I would split my time between local and resort islands. Say if you have 1 week in the Maldives, I would spend 4 or 5 days on a local island and 2 to 3 days on a resort island. That way you can experience both realities of the Maldives and avoid draining your savings on one trip. You can do all the snorkeling trips while on the local island, that way paying the lower local island tour fees, and then just spend the days on the resort island, relaxing and enjoying the fantastic services they offer. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video comparing budget local islands and luxury resort islands in the Maldives. I hope you found it useful in understanding the pros and cons of each, and that you'll find it useful in planning your own trip. If you need more Maldives tips, check out our other videos in the description below. If you have any questions, just drop them in the comments and make sure to like and subscribe and come back next week for a new video. Thank you. Bye.